Hey, my name is LeeWood Thomas, and I live in Central Arkansas, and I am openly secular. Easy to see. And my background consists of me growing up in a broken family that never went to church as a family unit, and therefore the few times that I did go to church, it wasn't with either my mother or father, really. It was just me and my brother, and I think in hindsight it was more of a sitting service, much more than a religious experience in my particular family. And so it never really took well as something that was something that the family did together. In the early 90s, a friend of mine who was religious to a degree because he did have the family support in the churches, he was intrigued, I guess, by my lack of religiosity, and so as he and I both went through school, he also excelled in math and sciences. He slowly started questioning faith. It was in the early 90s that he saw the need for a secular society here in the Bible Belt state of Arkansas, and so he formed with me the Arkansas Society of Free Thinkers, which today is our statewide secular organization. He was president, I was vice president, and back in the early 90s we didn't have the benefit of social media, and so for a while it went kind of dormant until, of course, social media picked up. Places like meetup.com, MySpace at the time, and now Facebook are all great ways in which to connect with like-minded people. It doesn't have to be on the topic of religion, but those are all great places to meet people far and wide. They could be close to you in your own neighborhood or halfway across the world, but social media is a great place to connect with people. And so the remainder of this video, I'm hoping that not only those that are in the closet, but those that are out of the closet and those that are openly secular who have removed their mask can gain a little something with the remainder of the contents of this video. For those that are in the closet, we need you to come out. I understand everybody's got their own situation, and if your particular situation is maybe a financial one, maybe your employer might hold that against you, and you don't want to jeopardize the well-being of your family. You've got to put a roof on your head. I understand that. So if there's for some reason a reason you can't come out of the closet, I would ask that you at least connect with other like-minded individuals using the social media. Also, I would ask those that are in the closet and cannot come out, help spot violations of church and state separation. If you see something in your area that you think looks a little fishy on the whole separation of church and state, tell two groups. Tell a local group that you know of, perhaps, so that maybe they can do something about it at the local level, and then also tell a national group. Some of the national groups might include Freedom from Religion Foundation. They're a great one. Americans United for the Separation of Church and State's another great one. American Atheist is another great one. Openly Secular. So if you tell two groups, you've got a backup plan there. And, some things that have appeared to me as separation of church and state violations aren't always the case. But if you tell a group instead of going straight to the person that's committing the violation or the supposed violation, you might learn something. I'm learning something all the time about what I think is a separation of church and state issue. And come to find out, people that have more knowledge of the law than me will let me know why something isn't. And, if nothing else, I've learned something from the experience. So maybe it's not a violation, but maybe I've learned something. So, and if it is a violation, then something can be done. And if you've told a local group and a national group, someone else can do the footwork to actually get the violation corrected. Now, for those of you that are out of the closet, I would say, hey, look around you and notice how often the religious touts and are proud of their worldview. I mean, you see it on personalized license plate, you see Bible verses all the time, you see bumper stickers all the time, you see jewelry all the time, you see clothing, apparel that promotes their particular worldview. Take that into consideration and do that on your own. I mean, they are taking their worldview on faith. At least you're using logic, reasoning, and critical thinking to come to the conclusion that you've come to. There's no reason not to promote those things. So if you're out of the closet, promote your worldview. Be openly secular. And lastly, to those that are openly secular, like myself, who promote the secular lifestyle, I would offer this. If your group if you are getting in a situation that you know of that your group is going to garner a little bit of media attention, I would suggest that from here on out you take somebody or yourself, the spokesperson, videotape that interview for yourself. Ideally you want somebody else to go with you that may also have a microphone and a tripod. That is a best case scenario, but that's not always the case. You can use your phone and having somebody just hold your phone to record it, because the reporter that's interviewing you over whatever the situation may be is going to tell the story that they're going to tell. And the 2 minutes of great talking points that you just uttered out onto tape is probably going to get clipped down to 5 seconds. And it's not going to be the 5 seconds that you want either. It's going to be the 5 seconds that the reporter thinks your part is telling their story. And so it's almost impossible to get the raw footage from the reporters these days. So if you just take it into your own hands and grab the footage at the interview themselves, then you've got it. Then you can upload that footage to YouTube, and then when the media outlet posts that either on their own website or on the social media sites that they all have presences on, you can then come back and go, hey, here's our full tale of the tale on our side of the story, and then just paste the URL for the comment. And so that way anybody that's interested in the story, hopefully if you've hopped on it quick enough, you can post your full 2 minutes of great talking points that you had about it and not have to worry about the reporter pulling the pertinent points that you wanted to let the audience know about. So hopefully those of you that are in the closet, out of the closet, and openly secular can pull something away from this video. So happy holidays to you all.